All right, and welcome to another episode of Out in the Hamptons with your host, Michael Jeffries. I'm here with the founding member of Hampton Pride Parade, Tom House. Tom, welcome. How are you?
I'm great, Michael. Thank you so much for having me on yet again.
Yes.
Fourth annual.
Yes, so we're making a tradition, and it's the beginning of June, so the parade is about to start this weekend, this Saturday coming up.
Yes, we're always the first Saturday of June.
Awesome. And Tom, so I want to hear how last year's parade went and what your expectations are for this year's event.
Well, it's been growing each year. So last year was our biggest turnout of all, but we started out strong out of the gate. I think you probably saw on the credits that big crowd picture. That was our first parade. That was right out of the gate. We had that many people, many more than were expected. So, and it's been increasing since then. We've had more units, more schools, more faith groups, more cultural institutions. Each year there's more added on, and until we get everyone.
How do organizations or schools, how do they join in the parade? What do you have to do? Do you have to
Just register.
just register like
Yes.
long months in advance, or can you still register?
No, you can still register. We got a few more days. I mean,
Did you hear that, folks?
please don't wait till the morning of the parade. We won't get that registration in time.
Does show up with a flatbed and a bunch of dancers.
No, that's exactly what we.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
we need to have people registered.
Yeah.
The parade is free, which is unusual. We do not charge registration fees. We have a lot of expenses for the parade, but we get sponsors and we get donations through our fundraiser and such. But we want to keep the parade free, but if you want to be in the parade, you have to register. And it's very simple.
Keep it organized.
Keep it organized. The police have to know who's in it. We have to know how many people to expect. And also, when you're registering, you're also agreeing to be a good citizen. Like there are,
Behave.
Well, I mean, there are certain codes of conduct for the village,
Right.
And so it's free, but we need you to register. And it's very simple, hamptonspride.org. It will take about 2 minutes, to
And
register.
wear plenty of colors,
Yes,
folks.
plenty of colors.
And it seems like now you have a tradition every year. You start with,
We do.
this is like the mascot. Look at this. I'm just going to hold it up.
Yeah, and it's heavy, so this is...
It is heavy.
Speaks well to Michael that he can lift that up like
Still
that.
at my age. Tell us a little bit about this.
So these were donated by Middletown Honda. And
Wow.
one of the former owners of the swamp, Denise Gellis,
All
has
right,
Middletown.
Denise, thank you.
Yes, has Middletown Honda. Just get us 2 of these, and then Fisher and Sons wrapped it for us last year. So we have 2 of them that start off the parade. We also have another one that they're giving us this year that is not wrapped that we're going to auction off.
Yep.
So
And it's an electric scooter. I rode it in the parking lot.
lots of fun.
And let's just anoint it with some of your,
Sure. Yeah.
merch here that you'll be giving out at the parade.
Yeah.
Some freebie wrists and a couple flags you got going on here. That's
Actually,
so cool.
I took these off, but these, it's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, that's nice. And are you?
They flutter in the wind.
Are you the person who will be riding it this year?
I'll be writing it.
Will it be the Grand Marshal?
We give people turns. I think the Grand Marshal will probably be in the back of a very nice classic
So
convertible, but
yeah.
it's his choice.
All right.
What he
Hey,
wants to do.
high five. For folks who don't know, a lot of pride parades have a something called a Grand Marshal. Where Tom, why don't you tell us a little bit about what that's all about?
So, usually it's a position of honor or, somebody from the community or sometimes a celebrity or in this case, a sublarity.
Yeah, somebody who's really given to the community or helped in some ways, beneficial and
Yes.
So who's it going to be?
John Cameron Mitchell. So you may know John Cameron Mitchell, who originated Hedwig and the Angry Inch. That was his play. Off-Broadway in the late 90s, became a movie, 2001.
I saw that movie. It's a comedy.
And then it was moved to Broadway in 2014, starring Neil Patrick Harris. Won a bunch of Tonys that year, and John Cameron Mitchell got a Tony as well.
So he'll be showing up to be the Grand Marshal at the Hamptons Pride
Yeah.
Parade.
It's going to help us kick it off.
And what kind of vehicle will he be riding in? Do you know yet?
You know, we don't know yet, but I got a picture of somebody sent me a picture of their car, and I would want to be in that car. But of course, it's up to him. I mean, if he wants to ride a scooter, he can have a scooter.
Is he tall?
Good question.
I have a.
Don't
I
know
think
his height.
Yeah, it might be a little challenging if you're over 6 feet on this.
Right.
Tell us about some.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but more importantly, he's our performer, right? He's going to help us kick off, but he's going to perform in the park. We have the Suffolk County Showmobile. It's a trailer that opens up and becomes a stage, which, if you know anything about Hedwig, that's perfect for Hedwig to be performing on a trailer.
Right.
And he's going to do some songs from Hedwig and the Angry Inch, some of the sort of the hit songs. He's going to perform for free. So
Awesome.
in Herrick Park after the parade.
So, if you thought that it was just the Pride Parade, which is fabulous, you are mistaken, because right after the parade, we want to usher all the folks over to
Herrick Park,
because we're going to be having live performance from the Grand Marshal John himself, plus
Yes.
a DJ this year.
Yes, we have a DJ. DJ Watts is there.
DJ Watts playing your favorite dance hits, probably like YMCA. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to
We Are
commandeer the playlist, but he's a great DJ. We always have a celebration in Herrick Park after the parade. You know, we have a few words. Usually the mayor, Jerry Larsen, who has a
shout out to Jerry.
Shout out to Jerry Larsen,
Yeah.
who's one of the main reasons why the parade started.
Let's harken on that just a second, go back right, because we interviewed him the first time you were on, and
Yes, that's right.
he talked about the root of why he wanted to bring a lot of the LGBTQ folks together with residents of East Hampton.
Yes.
And it really came from a really loving, caring place. Go ahead.
It did. So there was a concern for high school students that were struggling, and in East Hampton, or like recent graduates of East Hampton, and
Struggling in which way?
Well, I mean, there were LGBTQ plus related suicides, even.
Proven that? Was that proved? That is sad, because there wasn't enough. Would you say resources?
Well, who can say why?
Yeah.
But they were LGBTQ plus teenagers, right? Either in school or recent graduates, and Jerry was talking to a mutual friend, Jackie Dunphy. Shout out to Jackie Dunphy. How can we help these kids? And Jackie said, well, there's never been a pride parade in the Hamptons. That could be, a show of support that would be important to the community and to the teenagers to see like how much support they have. And then, of course, Jerry asked, well, who might put something like that together? And just months before, we had incorporated Hamptons Pride for a different reason. We thought that maybe one day we'd do a pride parade, but not like the first year.
Jumpstart.
But so Jackie called me and said, expect a call from the mayor, Jerry Larsen. And I was like, why would he call me? And he said, would you like to organize a pride parade? And I just, gasped, said yes. And we ran with it we had 6 months. That was in January, the phone call came.
Yeah.
But
it's really beautiful how the Pride Parade got off the ground, but all East Hampton really wanted to participate.
Oh, yeah.
It's really nice.
Yes. And the support grows every year. We have more organizations. At first, that first year when, starting in January and February, when I started to tell people, listen, we're going to have a Pride Parade, and people said they're going to close down Main Street for a Pride Parade, and I was like, yeah. And so it took some convincing. Not everyone believed it at first.
Yeah.
But once they saw it roll past the next year, even more people, were signing up to.
Is it growing in attendance, would you say, each year?
Yes, absolutely, every year.
And that's good. And that's good for business, right? Because the stores remain open. You have all that foot traffic, so it's a win-win.
Yes.
Win for our community, for support, and for the business community.
Yep, it's win-win-win. a lot of people, there were a lot of people that marched in the parade last year. And in fact, at some points, there were like more people in the parade than were watching the parade. So we want to pump up the spectators. You know, we have a lot of people in the park, and everybody wants to be in the parade, which is a good thing.
It's a good thing, yeah.
It's a very good thing.
But we need exciting floats. No,
no, we want to encourage spectators as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, don't feel like, you know, you have to register and be in the parade.
Gotcha.
Or if you miss registration, you miss the parade. We really want people on the sidewalk cheering us on, you know, on Main Street and Newtown Lane, right? And we circle all the way back Railroad Avenue. Then we come up, is it Lumber Lane, through the Lumber Lane lots to the back part of Herrick.
Oh, yeah, where that parking lot is?
Yeah, which is where we enter into the park. And by the way, greeting marchers as they finish up the parade will be the Bridgehampton Marimba Band.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
isn't that
how big is that band about?
cool?
A couple dozen? Or?
No. It's a lot of equipment. You know, I can't speak with absolute authority on that, but I'm thinking like 10, you know?
As someone who hasn't been
10
able
students.
to attend the parade yet because I have a day job and I'm working, but what is it, tell me about like the flavors that you would see in the parade. Like you have some flatbeds with some props, or
Yeah, we love flatbeds with props. We have some floats. I always say that, you know, 2 people and an identifying banner, and you are represented in the parade.
you're in. Do you have like cheerleaders or the band, people in the band, like the high school? Do they come with their?
So, you know, like bands we don't have bands.
Oh.
And in fact,
Just an idea.
that first parade, and we've tried, but the first parade, when I told a couple of people that we didn't have any bands, that people were, going to play music from their cars and such. It's like, oh, you have to have music. So I bought a Bluetooth speaker, like a used one. It's like 120 watts, and it's like three-side speaker that's on just like it looks like a traveling suitcase.
Yeah.
And it's really powerful. I mean, it makes the road vibrate. And we spent a long time like with a Pride playlist that was super positive, super family-friendly playlist, and we wheel that in the front. So we start out with blasting Pride tunes.
The right kind of like vibe.
Yeah, but people worked it out. They play music from their cars.
Oh, they probably have some boom boxes blaring.
Yeah, some people, they've made their own playlists. The parade starts to have a bit of a life of its own.
Does anything come to mind last year that kind of stood out as a pretty innovative float or
Last year, innovative.
presentation?
Well, we love the queer farmers.
Queer farmers.
Yeah. Amber Waves has a float called Queer Farmers. The first parade, they made this beautiful banner. It's just like ready for the Smithsonian, and they gifted it to me, and I had it backed, and it's hanging up in my living room. So Queer Farmers, John Germain Library, Kelly Harris there, she's been organizing with them from the beginning. They have such a beautiful float. Our Fabulous Variety Show, they perform in the parade. People in drag with our Fabulous Variety Show there. They put a lot of effort into it. I don't want to leave people out. There's so many good parts. I wanted to mention there are about, I think, 8 faith groups now that march in the parade. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like the Presbyterian Church.
Presbyterian, the Lutheran Church is very big. St. Luke's is very big. We have 2 temples, the Jewish Center and Adas in Sag Harbor. The Unitarian Universalist March. Christ Church is marching this year. Mm-hmm. Don't want to leave. I think the Methodist Church. I don't want to leave people out, but we have lots of faith groups, and I think that's such a great sign, And every year we have more schools joining as well.
Is this the poster for?
That's the poster that Terry Kidder, thank you Terry Kidder, has made for us for the parade.
Nice.
Yeah, it is nice, and that's a little picture of John Cameron Mitchell there.
Yeah. In
the center.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for holding that up.
So just to reiterate, it is this Saturday. The parade starts at 1?
12 o'clock.
So sorry.
Right at noon. As soon as that whistle goes, and it starts 12 o'clock sharp.
12 o'clock.
I missed the first parade because I thought that they were going to wait for me to get back up to
waiting
the front.
at East Hampton Main Street.
There's no waiting, so you just 12 p.m.
Does it start down the whole street, or is there a beginning point? Like by the town pond, or?
No, it will kick off from the Presbyterian Church, but it lines up from the Presbyterian Church to Guildhall.
Oh, okay.
But that's
Add-ins
just the
at the
first
end,
leg.
yeah.
And then the East Hampton Village Police, we love them. They are our security. They help us organize. They're so good. They keep us safe.
And keep the order moving along.
They keep it from being utter chaos. Yeah, because there's a certain point when people are arriving like willy-nilly, but they, there's the line up along the right-hand side of the road, and then there's a middle lane, and then they line up along all the way on the left side of the road, and then one by one they kick off from the Presbyterian Church. So.
And hopefully
you want to get there
be
between
nice.
11 and 12 to line up. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully the weather will work out this year. I think it will be.
Pray to the weather gods,
getting warmer.
weather girls.
Any animals in the parade, like horses or cows?
Well, we do. It's a good
Pigs?
thing you bring that up. So ARF and the Southampton Animal Shelter have both registered. And so they bring dogs with them, and they have, and they come with handlers.
Their constituents.
And their own insurance, which is important because our no insurance will cover animals in a parade.
Yeah.
So I want to say that dogs are welcome as spectators on leashes, and the village also said that they're welcome in the park on leashes, but in the parade, no.
Except for ARF.
Well, except if you can come with insurance for your service dog.
Pride parade insurance for your canine.
Yeah, but our insurance won't cover it.
But don't you love ARF? I mean, geez.
And the Southampton Animal Shelter.
Right down the road from LTV.
Yes. Yes,
And
they've been in it every year.
that must be very popular to see
Yeah.
our furry friends.
Yeah. And I'm a volunteer at ARF, so I get all my animals have come from ARF.
Yeah.
So and they're very
He's
big.
a cat guy.
Well, I used to be a dog guy, but now I'm a cat guy.
Yeah.
Still love dogs.
So
we love the animal shelters, but please, no dogs in the parade.
Yeah.
But spectators on leashes, great. In the park on leashes, great.
People on leashes.
No,
We haven't gotten there yet.
not
That's
gonna
a
go there.
little on guard for the Hamptons. Tom's blushing, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Tom,
I didn't say it.
so there you have it, folks. It is the Hamptons Pride Parade. It is this Saturday. It starts at 12. We need spectators lining the sidewalks and clapping and supporting, and all the businesses will be open. There's going to be a loving atmosphere all
It's
the way
a joy
around.
fest, yeah.
And best part, after the parade, you'll have that nice park picnic party, I guess.
Yes.
Celebration in the park.
Celebration with music, with DJ Watts
Some dancing.
and John Cameron
Don't
Mitchell.
be embarrassed
dance.
to break a beat and
Please
break
come
out
and
and dance.
We have food trucks that will be there, so there'll be refreshments.
Free schnitzel for best
I mean,
dancer.
the parade is free. The food trucks, there will be a charge for food.
Probably discounted.
That's the food trucks.
Pride discounts.
We don't have any part of that. We just we're so very happy that they're joining us, and that if the celebrators want something to eat, they can get something there from the food trucks.
I applaud this whole organization, and
Thank
thank
you.
you for stepping in full throttle boogie and really, producing something successful.
Thanks.
I want to segue a little bit. We have a few minutes left, Tom.
Excellent.
The last time I saw you, just briefly, you were at the Presbyterian Church
Yes.
with someone. Who was it? And you guys you were setting up the AIDS panels.
Yes. The quotes from the AIDS
quilts.
Memorial.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, if you don't know, is something that it was started a long time ago as a reaction to all the deaths and loss of loved ones from the AIDS pandemic that was out of control in the beginning.
Right.
That's a long time ago now.
Yes. 80s
But
and 90s.
but those panels that were made by hand with love still exist.
Oh, yeah.
And Tom
It's hundreds of thousands. So
took it on to produce a showing at the Presbyterian Church on Main Street here in East Hampton. Now that's quite an undertaking.
Thank you. But and big shout out to the Presbyterian Church for giving us that gorgeous venue.
Yeah.
And they were hand in hand with us all the way. The beautiful red carpet. We had the blocks from the National AIDS Memorial are 12 by 12 feet, and they
Huge.
and they each contain 8 quotes. And sometimes those quotes represent more than one lost soul. So we had over in the 6 blocks that we had over 100 people represented, and it was a 3-day event. And it was really, I was so proud of that, and so proud of how it all came together, because it took it on a life of its own, and we had so much support from the church, and we had a lot of people came. So that seems like it's going to become an annual thing. And again, that is a free service, of course. You never charge people to come to see the quotes. So we're probably going to do, we're set to do that at LTV, actually, this November.
In the big room.
Yes, yeah, we're going to combine it with the film series to show a movie. Probably we're thinking Philadelphia, along with having the quotes on display. And we might try to keep that open for a few days so that we can have groups come in. Maybe World AIDS Day is on a Monday this year, so perhaps students could come, like groups of students. We could have, thinking of like an intergenerational conversation. Any case, that's in the works for next year. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really proud of that.
I mean, kudos to you.
Thank you
for doing all that hard work and keeping that legacy, alive, and introducing it to new folks that might not know anything about it, because it was a long time ago.
Yes.
Now.
That's what the intergenerational conversation would be, really useful and meaningful,
Absolutely.
for people to explain what happened in the 80s and 90s. What are these quotes? To help younger people understand, like, say, the movie Philadelphia a little bit more.
Yeah. And with the few minutes we have left,
yes, thank you.
Let's just promote one more thing, shall we?
Please.
Because you're involved.
Well, this is
with
actually,
too.
yeah.
So this is the Longhouse Reserve Pride 25 event that's going on. When is this taking place?
So that's Saturday, June 21st. That's Hamptons Pride at Longhouse. This is our only fundraiser of the year. So as I mentioned, the parade is free. Things like the World AIDS Day observance are free. The film series, we just break even on costs. And we're all volunteers.
So this will help out.
This makes everything possible, yeah. And we just do it once a year, but it's going to be really good this year. I mean, we have DJ Watts again.
Yeah.
We have Lynn Blue is going to sing for us.
I love Lynn Blue. She's been a guest on this show.
Yes, love Lynn Blue. And new this year is we're having what's called the Serve with Pride art auction. Yeah. And a bunch of artists were given wooden serving trays to transform.
I heard about this.
Into a work of art. And we have them online at hamptonspride.org. We're going to, there's going to be an auction there. And you can also absentee bid on them at hamptonspride.org. We created a carousel of images. So this is how we raise money to keep the parade free, keep it strong, and for the other services that are just starting to be born, like the World AIDS Day observance and the film series new this year. So,
tickets available for this event?
on Eventbrite.
You said that already. Yes.
No worries. No worries. I'm not sure if I did, but we can't say it enough times. Tickets available on
folks.
Eventbrite.
Go there. And how much are the tickets?
Okay, so general admission is $175.
Okay.
Okay, and then there are sponsorships as well.
But you understand that money goes to help everything else prosper and stay afloat.
100%, because there are no paid. We are all volunteer, no paid employees. Also, if that ticket is pricey for some people, I mean, it's not pricey for the Hamptons, but if it's pricey for some people, we need volunteers.
Oh, there you go.
Get in touch, hamptonsPrideInc@gmail.com. We could use some help. But it's
In what capacity, Tom?
Oh, we need people to pour wine, soft drinks, etc. Pass hors d'oeuvres around, collect tickets. Help us set up. Oh yeah, clean up. That would be nice. To get nobody. You get people to volunteer, but it's very hard to get people to volunteer at the end.
Don't leave the plastic cups in the beautiful bushes.
Anybody who's got
a Longhouse.
Oh no, I mean, we clean it up. We leave it as we found it.
Yeah.
So, but it's Longhouse is gorgeous.
Beautiful property.
It's a great place to have our fundraiser. So.
How did you get in there? Do you know the owners?
We asked, and anyway, so.
They're supporters.
Yeah, they support it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, and, it's just couldn't be a better space.
Yeah.
To have an event. So, but anyway, this is our one and only fundraiser for the year.
Yeah. So with all of these events you're a part of, founder of, producer of, what does Tom House do when he has some downtime? How do you relax?
There is
Cup
no
of Chardonnay?
There is no downtime in May and June.
Full throttle.
Well, that's nice of you. Maybe go for a bike ride. Maybe not on this because this is
Bumpy.
Keep it special for the parade. But we live in the most gorgeous place. Like I live a mile from Maidstone Beach in Springs.
Yep.
And I love to kayak, love to bike ride. So
outdoorsy.
bonfires on the beach. In
Oh,
the
that's
summer.
right. Yeah, Tom facilitates. Is it every full moon?
I like full moon bonfires.
The
yes.
night of the first full moon. It's like what, once a month or something? And
yeah, I mean, if it's a nice day,
where can folks go to find out about that? Are you doing it this year?
Well, we do it for the volunteers.
Okay.
Like we host it for volunteers. It's not like a parade, but we try to thank the people who help us out. And we do. Because otherwise, it would become a whole new event, and you'd have to get permits and all of that. But we do it sort of like as thank yous, or I just do it like you said. What do I do to relax? So like get together with friends for sunset,
Sit at a bonfire,
Maidstone Beach, do a bonfire. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for
goodness.
coming on
Thank
today
you for having us.
being a part of Out in the Hamptons, our first
pleasure.
episode for the summer months. Hopefully not our
Sweet.
last. And
Sweet.
again, that's Tom House. This coming Saturday at 12 o'clock at the
Kick off
Hamptons
at
Pride
12.
Parade.
Lineup starts at 11.
Yeah. And we want everyone to come out and enjoy themselves, be a part of our community. And on that note, thank you for joining us on this episode of Out in the Hamptons. I'm your host, Mike Jeffries, and that's a take. If you want to roll some more of those Pride pictures on the outro, that would be great. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Michael.
Whenever